Gen 3 Pokemon tier list for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. It seems like a lot of people were confused in the other video, thinking that Gen 4 meant all the Pokemon in Gen 4 when I was talking about the generation itself, but now we get to talk about other generations in Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and now I'm confused. Let's just get into it. So where does Sceptile go? Honestly, I don't remember how Sceptile works, but when I look it up, those aren't the mega stats, but that's good. 120, how is a 120 speed, 105 offensive Pokemon bad? But at the same time, Sceptile, I haven't heard anyone talking about it for Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I guess we're gonna have to do a moveset for it soon. Actually, we're already one Pokemon in. I'm thinking maybe I just like prioritize all the starters for all the generations, and then we kind of go from there, because like Sceptile has to do something, right? But it's always been kind of like an overlooked, overshadowed Pokemon, so B tier, even with those stats, because it doesn't have like the coverage of a Frostlass, even though Frostlass is slower and has a much lower offensive stat, and that 105 is kind of in the weird place of, yeah, Life Orb doesn't convert any neutral KOs, and that's kind of it. Everything's a 2-hit KO, and it's still a super frail Pokemon. Oh boy, that took a minute, and we already have this many to, or we still have that many to go. Blaziken. Actually, let's do that thing where I screw with people again. Where does Blaziken go? Because it's gonna have speed boost. I always thought that Blaziken was overrated, but it's still gonna be strong, and then we have reduced meta, so things are wacky. Probably A tier, because I think there's also just a lot of common Pokemon that can wall out Blaziken, just a lot of strong water types in Generation 4 decks or something, so I don't know. We're gonna see where the Blaziken goes, but yeah, better than Sceptile. And Swampert, probably just like B tier as well. It might be one of the most reliable like roar Pokemon if a setup meta gets too heavy, and it just does things. It seems to exist. It's got like a couple of tricky trick things that it likes doing, so I'm gonna see how that plays out. Haven't looked at the moveset directly though. Like, does Swampert still have Mirror Coat and counter? Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. And then it gets the roar. Oh yeah, all right. Yeah, there's some fun on the Pokemon. I don't know if it's better than Sceptile or not, but like usable. Yeah, like here's where it goes. Like just incredible, very strong and reliable, usable, bad, unusable, or like very situational but mostly bad and then unusable. So that's kind of like the idea we're going for here. Like usable, right? Gotta be. Mightyena though, that's just straight up bad. Like, this is where I can't be looking up the stats. What? Oh, I was gonna say Mighty is 9. I haven't done the format thing. There we go. Oh no. Oh no, that means we have to recheck the Swampert. All right, counter's good. Mirror Coat's good. Roar's good. Okay, we still good, boys. All right. And then we look up the Mightyena. Yeah, it's legal. Okay, so I was like, I thought every Pokemon was available. That would have been weird. Yeah, that's unusable stats. Like there's no argument. There's no saving Mightyena. Pretty sure. So after that we have Linoone. Everyone wants to know. Like this is pretty much kind of like a sneak peek as well. So we still have Quick Feet, Gluttony, Belly Drum, Extreme Speed. Ooh, I think an A tier. More at 11. Let's see. Beautifly, Quiver Dance, better than Mothim, right? And like these are just like the Quiver Dance Pokemon that never picked up. I mean, like Quiver Dance can always get kind of interesting, but there's just like faster setup Pokemon. Why take 3 Quiver Dances to win with Beautifly when it takes 2 to win with Butterfree or Venomoth or something? So yeah, but like Quiver Dance makes it usable somewhere, somehow, right? No Eviolite, so there's no like weird cheese of unevolved Pokemon. Where do we got the Ludicolo? Like, if Ludicolo brings its own rain, goes Swift Swim, and then just, like, outfats a hit and, like, Life Orb sweeps with the rain surf damage for a couple turns, like, does that have KO potential? Like, B tier. This is mostly going to be a singles list. If I don't even think there's going to be any consideration for doubles. Like, yeah, Ludicolo in doubles, that Pokemon's nasty. Ludicolo in singles, though, it has to have merit. Like, definitely usable. It's like, yeah, this is usable tier. Probably going to overpopulate B tier on this one, but that's the thing. Shiftry is like never used, and there's just like better attack Sucker Punch Pokemon maybe. Like that could be his thing. We can just straight up look the moves. So Sucker Punch, filtered by attack, Absol. why play Shiftry when Absol exists if you're just going to be going for like some kind of sucker punch shenanigans? That's really all that Shiftry can do before it gets one shot or outsped. Got it. Swellow. That's got to be A tier. Especially like Boom Burst and Swellow and other shenanigans that Pokemon's up to. Oh yeah, Swellow's got to be pretty strong. Pelipper. So Pelipper is like the only rain Pokemon. But Singles Rain gonna be something. But Singles Rain actually is something. No, wait, we still have Politoed, which is why I like hesitate. I'm like, wait, Politoed. There's another equation to the Swift Swim team. So yeah, Politoed comes in, shenanigans happen. Who's better, Pelipper or Politoed? I remember like when Pelipper got Drizzle in Pokemon Sun and Moon and people were just like running it. It's like, oh god, that thing can actually be scary because like you land a Hurricane, they get confused, and then you just like sweep them out or something. That's a thing. Can also like have some weird Tailwind, Focus Sash, sets Rain, and then everything gets really ugly. I don't know. So like, yeah, Pelipper's usable because like we see singles weather strats or singles trick room. It's definitely a viable thing. So Gardevoir. There's always like some thought behind Gardevoir. It's like, yo, you go Calm Mind, Will-O-Wisp, pseudo tank, pseudo support, then blow things up. But at the end of the day, just usable. Thinking like even Scarf Gardevoir never really finds itself. Like, has Gardevoir ever found itself in A tier in Pokemon? I think the answer is no. Like, even original Gen 4, that wasn't that common of a Pokemon. Then when you look at also the Pokemon that are available, like, what does Gardevoir do to Snorlax? Pretty sure nothing. Are there better special attack sweepers? Yeah. So B tier. All right. Masquerain. Isn't Masquerain like the better, if not one of the best Quiver Dance Pokemon? Stat check. Masquerain has got a 100 special attack, 80 speed, as we compare to like the Butterfree, which is 70 speed, 90 special. Like, Masquerain just better. Venomoth, 90-90. Masquerain just better. Now, it might not have like the shenanigans of like setting up something, but I think like raw stat wise, and I remember covering this a while ago. I'm like, yeah, isn't Masquerain actually like the strongest Quiver Dance Pokemon pre-Gen 7, if not even post-Gen 7 or something? So I mean, like, if you're going to do something like that, yo, set up and get that Masquerain sweep, and then don't send it to me because there's no battle replays, and that makes me sad every day. Breloom. Now we get into our S tiers, boys. Breloom's always just I can't use those words, man. Demonetization's an issue, and then, yeah, this Pokemon, not okay. If you're not prepared for it, it just runs you down. It just runs you over. You get spored, you're asleep, game's annoying, you get seated, you get stalled, it can do that. Substall, Poison Heal, Seed, ugh. How do you beat it? And then you're also just kind of asleep forever. And then if this thing pulls some tricks and multiple Pokemon on your team go to sleep, you're just hard losing at that point. So we're gonna see like what new modern things kind of beat out the Breloom, but yeah, it's one of those things like there's too many things to worry about. It's like, all right, you gotta worry about Infernape just kind of showing up, but you also gotta have that priority. That way you can do something about the 1 health Breloom. God, Endure Salak Berry too. This Pokemon, yeah, it's S tier. Like no one just like, oh yeah, not an S tier Pokemon. Now the cool thing was, I remember quite a bit of slacking back in OG Gen 4. Pokemon's definitely viable. Not like super Giga strong, but yeah, that's gonna be a fun Pokemon to see running around. Ninjask. I want to put like tentative A tier. I think other people would have it at S tier. I like the A tier because like, yeah, that baton passing is nasty. The thing is, a lot of my friends ran baton pass in Gen 3, or not Gen 3, Gen 4, and because I play setup, I would just be able to keep on pace with them. So while they're going for their baton pass shenanigans, I have a more robust baton pass shenanigan being built up as well through like stockpile or curse or something, and then they don't get it as hard as I get it, so then I win. So like personally, it's like, all right, I think it's still nasty and it's still good. Then again, the reliability, like, is there more priority? Are there more weird ability interactions or just stronger Pokemon buffs that kind of weaken the Ninjask overall? I don't know. Shedinja. I want to put Shedinja A tier, but it doesn't do A tier things. And let's see, hazards, weather. there's gonna be enough of that where it's like, it's still usable. Like, there's nothing funnier than, oh, Shedinja hit the field, I don't have anything, and the game's over. But now Pokemon just have more robust coverage. Something. Yeah, that seems to be where it's at right now. I'll also just go scroll down a bit until we throw up our next S tier Pokemon, so that way there's slightly more to see. Actually, there is a way of clearing this out. So what you do is you add them all to a thing, and then you delete, and then they're gone, and then we're good. And that brings us to Exploud. And I hope I didn't like accidentally delete a Pokemon that belongs on the list. Exploud, like Scarf, Boomburst, B tier. It's scrappy if I recall. Exploud, yeah. Ooh, hidden ability. Yo, this didn't exist back in Gen 4. All right. 91, the 68 speed. 68 speed falls under 130 speed, but 104 base hit points. Like, you survive a Jolteon or a Crobat or an Aerodactyl hit, and then the numbers get kind of interesting from there. All right, there might be something to the Exploud. Hariyama's like C tier. There was Hariyama back in the day. It was like it slaps you on a fake out. It's kind of a fat Pokemon, and then just like fighting, and then it just hurts you a bit while just kind of being like some kind of in between bruisery Pokemon. I don't know how it stacks up compared to Machamp for playing like that, but I think like usable-ish. Delcatty is just straight D tier. I'm also kind of surprised, like not a lot of D tier Pokemon. We start breaking it down. It's like, yeah, these Pokemon just never been good and don't have the stats, and just our early game Pokemon that have been completely forgotten by Game Freak. Sableye with the Prankster, though. Even though it's not Mega Sableye, like, Prankster Will-O-Wisp, if the game gets really spooky, like, you just do that to shut down a Gengar, not Gengar, Gyarados or Dragonite. It's like, yeah, you're sacrificing yourself for that, but it's better than getting 6-0 swept. You know, losing, like, 2 Pokemon, because Pokemon has to get KO'd. And then Sableye's the revenge Pokemon, unless like you're coming in on Dragon Dance's turn, which could be super hype. And then you get the Will-O-Wisp, and then you trade. But now you have like a chance of figuring something out before the game's over. And then since there's no weakness policy, Dragonite shows the Lumberry, and then you lose. So we got some stuff going on there. I'm pretty sure Mawil's like D tier. Like there's outside the Mega, there's nothing saving the Mawile. And 85. Oh god, 80. Oh, what is? Oh, the Pokemon doesn't exist. 50, 85. Like that's like defensively as frail as Gengar almost. No speed, outsped by everything, does 0 damage. Sheer Force doesn't matter at that point. What does it do? What does it do? It does nothing, D tier. Aggron. Aggron's playable. Like not the worst Pokemon, like C+ tier maybe. I just think like Rhyperior is just better in every way, so why play Rhyperior, or why play Aggron over the Rhyperior or something? Medicham I also consider like C tier viable because that huge power, or pure power, whichever one it has, that runs in, and if it gets an outspeed somehow and it just connects on something, like that Pokemon's finished. So we saw kind of some of that power with the Mega Medicham. But yeah, then regular Medicham's decent enough. Manectric, another Pokemon that like I have heard 0 about. And I guess that's when we kind of compare Manectric to the Luxray. 70, 75, 105, 105. So Manectric's the faster Luxray, but less damage. And the Mega was kind of what made it cracked. Maybe C tier. Like, you throw a Specs Manectric out there and you land a 105, 105. Like, you outspeed with a 105 because 100 base speed matters again. I don't know what to do. My brain can't put those pieces back together because they've been shattered over years of power creep. Like, yeah, it used to be like, oh, 100 speed, that was like where you wanted to be. If you broke that, you're a sweeper, man. Now it's like 120 is barely a sweeper, and that makes the game sad. So I mean, yeah, like 105, that's strong tier. So you come in on that, but no hidden power, but still 105, and then like you specs and you just like crash into something. You're pretty strong. Plus a mine, I'm pretty sure trash. And now here's where I'm just going to make a funny in the tier list, because I know that one of these are good because of the Prankster, but I don't remember if both of them are good. We have like Tail Glow Baton Pass. You also have like hacks you can put on that Prankster. But Prankster was nerfed, but there's not as many dark type Pokemon. So as long as it's not like bug into Tyranitar, you're probably fine. So I'm just gonna put them both at A tier because I remember that one of them is like busted or something. Swalot I consider B tier because it's got the stockpile. It can find its it can find itself in an unkillable position to be hilarious. Maybe the same for, not the same, but like maybe the same idea for Sharpedo. It's like, would you put it B tier? Probably not, but I think it's B tier. Like, you go Swords Dance Aqua Jet, but you're frail, but still it's got Destiny Bond now. So like you get a revenge into a Destiny Bond, and then like you're, instead of a 1 then plus, you're a plus then 1. That doesn't make sense, but it's a Pokemon. It does things. Wailord, B tier. Curse Amnesia, Heavy Slam Wailord. I think it's as strong as ever in a reduced decks like this. Camerupt. I want to put it here because stockpile, but god, that's too much weakness to make it viable enough. Torkoal. Torkoal succeeds in modern Pokemon. That's kind of like another thing where it's like, if your Pokemon succeeds in modern Pokemon, then it's going to be nuts to see what happens here. And like Torkoal was kind of late on the adoption, but I think it's always been nasty. Like, just one of the best physical defense Pokemon. You play that Yawn right, and then you also just kind of play its bulk right. You get a Lava Plume burn or something, and then it's like, yeah, can't really stop the Torkoal in some situations. Grumpig, I thought there was like one thing that makes this Pokemon not worthless. Like, Grumpig's been in a Fan Friday, so C tier. Flygon. Hopefully B tier in reduced decks. Cacturne. It does like Swords Dance Sucker Punch. It's pretty proficient at it, and I think there's been some things it's done before. Sandville Water Absorb. Water Absorb doesn't really matter too much on the Grass Dark, but I guess if it's kind of frail, it's got a 115. It do. It's like if it does that, does that make it B tier? But then we're like looking at it. I don't think Cacturne's gonna get enough play or opportunities to be B tier. Like, I can see a B tier case for all these Pokemon pretty easily. I can't see one for Cacturne. It's like you do all that, even with a Focus Sash or something, and then you don't get the KO, and then you just lose the game. Might be an interesting anti-setup. Like, if they're going for setup somehow, and then you're just faster, like, they go Dragon Dance, you go Swords Dance, they go Dragon Dance, you go Swords Dance, or, like, they go Dragon Dance, Swords Dance, and then they swing at you, Focus Sash, use Swords Dance again. Okay, now you beat out there. Now you have that party. Would be a really interesting, like, just kind of stare down Pokemon like that, or some kind of revenge thing. Like, they've done 2 KOs on a Life Orb, and then you get them at the plus 280% with Sucker Punch. Interesting trade Pokemon that's got some strength behind it. Altaria. It's got Dragon Dance Cotton Guard too, but it's not like the fluffy, like the hard-winning Pokemon. So maybe it's just C tier and Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Because another thing about the tiers, like I said, you gotta kind of consider the other Pokemon that are above it. If there's a Pokemon that does the thing better, that's just -1 tier right there. So I'm pretty sure you can just find much better Pokemon, and Altaria doesn't really do it. Also, Altaria lost the return and doesn't have Pixelate on the non-Mega, so maybe I'm just like thinking like, yeah, is Altaria B tier? No, I'm remembering Mega Altaria, but like regular Altaria is like pretty much unplayable outside of that, even though it has some cool tricks. Those tricks are only viable because of the Mega. I don't know. Zangoose. Quick Feet shenanigans. Viper was like never used. Every time I saw someone use Zangoose though, I'm like, you're just using that because you think it looks cool. It's not viable. Maybe it's still not viable. I don't want to look like I don't want to turn everything into like a how to use where it's like, oh, I'm just gonna crutch on the showdown and be like, oh yeah, that's it. I'm just kind of going, this Pokemon doesn't work, and I'm pretty sure Zangoose still doesn't work. Wishcash has the Dragon Dance now, and it is a fat Pokemon, and it got sweeps in Gen 7 on Fan Fridays, so that's kind of funny. Water Ground's good. Pokemon's good right here. Lunatone and Solrock, these are just like meme Pokemon. I don't think they've ever had like enough viability to matter, but they do have the Cosmic Power. Like, if they get 2 Cosmic Powers and become unkillable, the game's kind of funny after that. I really don't know. What am I doing with this and my life anymore? Where are we at? Crawdon. Crawdon's B tier. Man, like, are there more A tier Pokemon? I don't think so. Like, I'm looking at this, I'm like, man, Gen 3 not really known for, like, just having robust competitive Pokemon throughout the entire thing, but I think that kind of makes sense. It's like you can make some oopsies in Gen 1 and then kind of just like add in abilities and movesets and stuff and like, oh yeah, we got some strong Gen 1 and 2 Pokemon. Gen 3 is just kind of like that in-between generation that has some standouts, but also just a lot of random fully evolved Pokemon that are just non-existent competitively. Crawdaunt, though, with that adaptability, like it finds A-tier scenarios in modern Pokemon, so maybe that's going to be the response. Like maybe like how I put Honchkrow in A-tier in my last video, putting Crawdaunt in A-tier, like I think this is going to be the answer. That's also like, why play Cacturne? Why play Cacturne when Crawdaunt exists? Kind of idea. Maybe Crawdaunt's the one that kind of shines through all of the madness. Claydol, I like it because it's got Recover, Cosmic Power, and the Levitate, so I think you just like switch in on Scarf Chomp, get a free Cosmic Power, and you can win. I think it loses Toxic though, so I don't know what it does. It used to be like just a crazy Toxic stall Pokemon I ran, but that's the thing. Cradily A-tier. Cradily holds up in Gen 8, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, like it kept everything. It kept the Leech Seed buff, so like now the Pokemon's cracked. Let's go. Armaldo. Swift Swim's cool. Like Swift Swim Rain Team Armaldo I think is threatening, but Armaldo doesn't get play. Again, I think it's in that Zangoose tier where it's like, oh, a lot of people love the Armaldo, but whenever you see it, it's like, you're just playing this because you like it. I respect it, but I'm just going to get a free stockpile as a Snorlax, and I'm going to win the game now. Yeah, it's mostly like, Armaldo can definitely be cracked in doubles. Like, yeah, you bring in like Rain Dance, not double team, Rain Dance, Swift Swim, double shenanigans, and then Armaldo's just running you over. Possible. Singles, though, I'm not sure that that's the plan. After that, we have Milotic. Hey, there we go. Now we can start talking about some A-tier Pokemon. Milotic's just fat. And the mono water means there's not really too many options against it, and it's just really good into the electric and grass with its huge special defense. It can recover, and then it Scald Burns you, and then you just can't touch it, and then it rests Marvel Scale, and like, yeah, we all know that Milotic is just a filthy, filthy Pokemon. So Cast Form, I think Cast Form's just like C tier. I'm like, there's theory and ideas for Cast Form being cool, but they never really play out. Kecleon, B tier, because it can. Like, there's been, like, several Kecleons pulling off some kind of cheese in Fan Friday, so, I mean, like, yeah. Sneak in some viability in that Gen 4, let's go. Dusclops is, like, not viable, but it's still kind of fat. Like, the Battle Tower Dusclops can still end your day, so even without Eviolite, it just has those stats. Like, Dusknoir is still just better in every way. But, I mean, like, it's kind of spooky how close Dusclops is to Dusknoir, and then, like, the weirdness coming out of the Eviolite introduction, the gen after Dusknoir, and then allowing Dusclops to be super ridiculous. But, yeah, like, run both. That'd be funny. I want to see that. What do we got left? We have Bayonet. Pretty sure Bayonet doesn't do anything. Bayonet, like, Extra doesn't do anything. God, why are there so many Pokemon? I'm not crazy, right? There's just way more fully evolved Pokemon here. Tropius doesn't do anything. Chimecho doesn't do anything. Absol is decent. It's not Mega, so we're not seeing like those Mega specials. Actually, maybe Absol is just one of those other fan Pokemon, but maybe no. It's got the buff though. It's kind of like lesser Honchkrow, I think. In that, like, you can just keep getting those crits, and you can shut things down with Taunt, and then set up against them, and then try to go for, like, super luck from there. Glalie bad, but, like, needs Moody Cheese, but Moody got nerfed. Walrein's strong, though. It'd be really funny if, like, stockpile Sheer Cold Walrein, but the Sheer Cold nerf from generations ago. Yeah, definitely viable. Huntail Gorbis. I recall they have some kind of setup shenanigans going on. I don't know what, but it's something. Right, they retain the Shell Smash. And they just weren't in Pokemon Sword and Shield at all, right? Gorbis does not exist in Gen 8. I was about to say, I'm like, where did they go? Well, they just didn't exist. I'm like, I feel like they would be viable in Generation 8. And Yeah, that's why, because the Shell Smash is from the Clan Pearl carryover is just nasty. Relicanth can do a thing, like you go Choice Band, Rockhead, and then just like, or maybe it's Choice Band Sturdy, and then you get like 1 KO. It's kind of like a pseudo-wudo kind of cheese. Salamence is A tier. The Salamence end up becoming S tier is the actual question here. It's like, yeah, I haven't put anything in it. It's like, Breloom's the S tier. That's the S tier. I don't know. Maybe Swallow at some point. Like, Swallow goes S tier, I wouldn't be surprised, but I feel like it's a more healthy A tier, just compared to how absurd some Pokemon are. And also, it's like one of those things where the A tiers are so strong that kind of like muddles the S and A tier, so there's no standouts. So it's more fair to just say, like, more A tiers than everything is S tier. It's kind of like a reverse Pokemon Unite. But I mean, like, yeah, how do you stop the Intimidate, then Moxie, then Snowball in this game? Like, if it gets 1 Dragon Dance and then just takes off, that's the thing. Yeah, if it gets 1 Dragon Dance and then gets a KO and then Moxies, like, that's just game. So that's probably a safe S tier. Metagross, though, gotta put that in A tier. It's just fat, hateful Pokemon. All the Reggies, also A tier. Now, see, that's where all the power is loaded into the legendary Pokemon for Generation 3, it seems. The Latios. Latios, probably A tier. Latios. I hate it when legendary Pokemon are S tier like that. Man, it's a Latios, and man, there's not really too many things to stop that Calm Mind, right? And I'm just like trying to think through all the other Pokemon, like, and it's Gen 4, and Latios was already kind of cracked, like, up through Gen 8, so, especially in Gen 7, yeah, those stats you just can't do anything about, so that's gonna be the Latios, and Forbidden, and that's it. Last Pokemon we talk about is Latios, and we throw it in the S tier. Okay, comment down below. I feel there is like some weirdness here because there's so many B tier Pokemon, and that just I feel like all the Pokemon degrades the quality of B tier to where like some C tier Pokemon slip into B, according to a couple of people. But you can't, like, some of these also don't feel like they belong in C tier because like they're usable. You can definitely pull one of these bad boys out and then help win a game with it. And then A tier is non-existent until suddenly we get into the end of that Pokedex and everything's crazy. And only 3 S tiers. Alright. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.